Good afternoon, or what is a warm, bright and sunny day. It is Thursday, May the 4th, and I've got a nice hot cup of tea. And a parcel to my box. So let's get this open. See if I can find the... There we go. Okay, is that going to come out? Oh, yes it is. And this is Cults of RuneQuest, the Prosopeadia from Chaosium. It's for Glorantha setting and also for RuneQuest role-playing in Glorantha. So, who are the gods of Glorantha? Cults of RuneQuest, the Prosopeadia, is an indispensable reference to the many gods and goddesses, monsters, locations, artifacts and events that have shaped Glorantha mythology since its making. Hundreds of entries describing these beings and forces in brief, informative prose, cross-referenced where appropriate. Each entry describes the subject's name, pronunciation, other titles, associations and other references, with a description of how that being is depicted within the world of Glorantha. Full-colour illustrations by Chaosium bring the divine and the divine world to vivid life. System-free descriptions of these beings and locales make this work an invaluable resource for any RuneQuest player or game master, any fan of Glorantha, players of other role-playing games, and anyone with an interest in creative mythology. This supplement is an enhancement to Cults of RuneQuest. It is not a standalone project. It's intended to provide a greater understanding of the rich and textured mythology world of Glorantha. So, that's an absolutely fantastic cover. Let me just give you a bit closer look. That's Chaosium's artwork, which is fantastic. I really do like her artwork. It really does kind of feel like it fits the setting of Glorantha, and so some of her work has graced the pages of titles from the Johnston Compendium and really been appropriate. So we open up. We have this is obtained from Chaosium Con 23. Got Jeff Richards' autograph there, as well as Chaosium, I believe. So some of the authors there of this book, table of contents, and literally this is just introduction, and it's just going by letter through the alphabet, A to Z, or A to Z. And very quickly, we just open up an introduction, and we start going through the gods and beings one by one, describing who they are, what they do, and essentially this is the A to Z of the gods of Glorantha. So there are going to be lots of gods in here which players will recognise. For example, under A you have Aldrya, the elf pantheon, the goddess of the woods, and then we have also under this is Argrath, Orlanthi and Praxian hero. Argrath is the preeminent Orlanthi hero of the Hero Wars, a companion of Harrick the Berserk. Argrath circumnavigated Glorantha with Harrick in 1621-1624. As Argrath White Bull, he gained the support of the Praxian tribes and liberated Prax and Sartar. Argrath became Prince of Sartar in 1627, King of Cathalia in 1628. He married the Feathered Horse Queen in 1629 and became King of Dragon Pass, freeing the rest of the Orlanthi lands. Argrath is a determined and successful foe of the Lunar Empire and one of the chief drivers of the Hero Wars. So that's just one entry. Now that is just 2 paragraphs about Argrath. Literally just 2 paragraphs. It's a good. Thing is, reading through this is just you have to keep in mind is that 2 paragraphs is barely touches upon the subject of Argrath. Some Arcat, who is the Marconi Orlanthian troll pantheon's ancient hero, gets much longer. Some of this is because Argrath is sort of like it's being developed in through play, and there's a lot of background about him. And if you delve into Glorantha lore, it's there for you to explore and bring out. But this is just, but really, 2 paragraphs kind of just touches upon it. There's also things like places like the block, Orlanthian, Praxian Pantheons, remnant of the spike. The block is a cube of true stone in Prax, around 2 kilometres on each side, appearing perfectly cubical from a distance, although the surface is clearly pocked, its edges worn, and so on. It's part of the spike, held asunder from one of the explosions when the mountain was vaporised. So it's not just about the gods, it's about the heroes and the notable places. Good and bad. So you've got Cacodemon Pantheon, Chaos Pantheon, Chaos God of Anarchy, Murder, and Ogres. And the interesting thing is, in each case, what you have is indication of their associated runes. So you have, death, disorder, and chaos. So on. And then, for example, the Crimson Bat, you've got the moon, death, and chaos. So, I mean, it all depends upon the god, just a god and entry, how much you actually get in here for each one. Surprisingly, so Enelda, one of the major, gods of the setting. So she actually has, a third of a column, a whole column there to herself. So yeah, I mean, all accompanied by these fantastic illustrations. So, for example, there's Hela, the god of water, who is god of merfolk, all things Pantheon, god of rain, and also is a reason that's a rain priest of Hela, but it's the representation of also basically difference in gender, because you have different genders in sort of like certainly Sartarite culture. Humat. Now the other thing to bear in mind is sort of like, this is just a start. This is just just a start of touching upon just the gods and so on. We have Issaries, god of trade, all Pantheon, god of trade and communication, one of the Lightbringers, and so on. We're just literally just going through there like that, all the way through. Here we have Orlanth and Ermor confront Kaldor and some Jota, just depicting a scene from myth. All of the Pantheon guardians of the gates of dusk. There we have a typical priest of Lancormine, a greybeard. Can't quite see whether, I mean, so yeah, with including with his own beard, Marangor, one of the daughters of Enelda, goddess, Orlanthi Pantheon, earthquake goddess, the destroyer, war goddess. So yeah, there's just lots and lots in here, and here we have is a depiction of Orlanth and Hela. Orlanth and the machine god. Yelm. And then the Red Goddess, 7 Steps of the Red Goddess. Just yeah, so this is a fantastic book. You know, literally just a handy reference book. And not the main problem sort of like is the fact that there's not enough information here. You are going to be left wanting more, but it does kind of give you a good introduction to each one of them. You know, just you know, just gives you a grounding of just the breadth and depth of Glorantha mythology and how many figures there are. Yeah. So yeah. There we have my favourite gods, Yinkin, the cat god. And then we just have the index at the end. So yeah, it's a lovely, lovely book. But it's definitely gonna be a case of you going, right, this is a great start, when's the rest? And that'll be coming from Chaosium soon. But yeah, if you're a RuneQuest, you're going to want this on the shelf just as a further reference before you really have kind of the sort of the gameable content from this series. Anyway, so that's the Cults of RuneQuest, the Prosopeadia, published by Chaosium. So thank you for watching the unboxing of the Nook. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you did, please do click on the like button down below. And of course, if you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And penultimately, if you want to be alerted to yet more unboxings in the Nook, where you'll see me out here with a package containing a book or game which I will unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes, so all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea, then please do click on the subscribe button down below. Lastly, I want to thank Cowie for going to Chaosium Con 23. My only complaint is he didn't put me in his luggage and take him with him. I'm sure he could find volunteers to be his Sherpas, and bringing this copy back for me, and sending it down to me. I was going to thank him personally when I'm at UK Games Expo, which happens in just about a month or so now. So thank you very much, Cowie. I do appreciate the effort of, you know, just slipping one extra book into your bag, or 2 extra books, because there's one for Bud as well. So thanks again for watching another unboxing of the Nook. I'll be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.